Yes. Back again. Thank God it's Friday. It's all about this Premier League. Premier League preview show tonight, right now. Anywhere you're watching us from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I can even say good night. It is what it is. Back again, people. Let's do this. And together we are ready about game 17. Game week 17. You don't show your face. What's going on, people? Smash the like on the video. We are back again. Stop it. I tell you, we are loaded. I'm telling you. As the Manchester United fan, you know me, the Don. We are ready for Anfield. I just talked to Eric Ten Hag. I spoke with him. I said, Eric Ten Hag, yay! And he said, the Don, don't worry. I got this for you. I swear now, I rate. Won't believe what's going to come on Sunday. Believe you me. I'm ready. Yeah, my crew. Mark is in the building all the way from Canada. Bishop, the Manchester United fan. Doesn't believe I'm going to do this tonight. Believe we can do this. Robbie is also joining us from Kadebari too. Asta will go down again tomorrow. On Sunday. All right, I think it's on Sunday. Yeah, let me welcome Aston fan first. Aston fan man to the call. Okay, are you ready? Talk to me. What's going on, bro? Aston will cry this weekend again. Just
you wish. You wish. Sadly, I think at the end of this weekend, I think the Don and United fans are going to be the one tears. So I look forward to your tears come Monday. And I'll be back to answer you on Monday.
All right, let's do this. You're welcome once again. All right. Bishop, are you ready? Let's do this. You're welcome to the show right up. Manchester United fan. Believe is the key word tonight.
Hi guys, good to be on the show. Okay, I do believe, but not against Liverpool. Liverpool is going to smash them. I know, not at Anfield. Anfield is a theater on its own, so I'm not believing anything. And for Arsenal, they've always had a bad luck against Brighton. Last 3 features, they've lost all. I don't expect them to lose this. But it's going to be a very great game to watch. But believe me, Man U it's not going to be a great game. It's going to be a whitewash. So I'm not expecting anything.
Okay, will tell us otherwise. But let me welcome this great man too. I swear down tonight, I'm going to welcome Ire the last. I swear I'm not going to welcome you right now. He will be the last person to come on to this show. Well, Robbie, are you ready for us? What's going on, bro? Robbie, you're freezing. Check it out. Jump in, jump out, jump in, jump in, jump out. All right, let me welcome Prof. Prof, do you believe Chelsea should be back this weekend?
Thank you very much.
Yes, Prof.
Hello, everybody.
Yes. What's going on, bro? You're welcome to the show.
I'm wearing black for you, I'm already mourning your defeat.
Yay!
But to be honest, all banter aside, I think I think people can go there and pull a surprise. A surprise being maybe because you held Bayern Munich to a 1-goal defeat, so you still can't do it in Anfield. Go there, pass the ball and get 1 point.
Yeah, yes. Let me welcome this man all the way from Canada as well. I call him Mark de La Liga. Mark de La Liga, man. What's going on, bro? You're welcome to the show.
They first know we here, and it's good to be back. I traveled to the US and I got returned yesterday. And it's great to see happy smiling faces on the show, but I'm not internally happy because of all these gas goes left and right. More teams dancing Zanku and Skelewu on your dead body when it's not supposed to be so. But that's life, I guess.
All right, you're welcome once again. You're welcome. I call him the Mark, the La Liga man. Yes, we are going to talk about La Liga. It's going to give us the lowdown what should be expected this weekend. Robbie, you're jumping. You're already in. Robbie, you're welcome to the show. What's going on, bro?
Good evening to everybody. It's good to be here once again. And of course, I'll talk about the games to expect for this weekend. I came across a video, and of course, that video has the video has the logo of United and Arsenal. The logo of United and Liverpool in it. Don't worry, like I said, I won't drop that video until Sunday so that United fans can add that to their prayer when they go to the church. But it's good to be on the show. It's good. So let us talk football.
Let's talk football. Now, last man, Irate. Should we welcome him? Oh no. You're welcome to. You know what? That wallpaper makes me don't like Liverpool. You're welcome to the show, baby.
Oh my God! No problem. You have to welcome me last, but no problem. I mean, we can increase it to what we're about to dish out to your team on Sunday. But banter aside, I think it will be a great game. Match week 17, so we are about halfway into the season now.
Yeah,
this is the time to get tough as a team. This is the time when we can start to say who is making the top 4, who is going to Europa League, who is close to relegation, and who is languishing in mid-table. So yeah, the crucial times for the season, and this is when
Likes
we
of
get to
Brentford.
see sleeping. No, the likes of Chelsea actually. When we get to see sleeping giants like Man City come to the fore and take the title by the scruff of the neck. I think after the Club World Cup during this December-January run of games is when we get to that period. But it's great to be on the show. Great games in midweek. A certain team that was in a very easy group came last in the group, and lots of questions still to be answered. But they shipped in 15 goals, and they've won 12 out of 24 games this season. Proper mid-table team.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's good to be here.
All right, you're welcome once again. Yes. Game 17, that's what we want to talk about. Let's move on to this quick debate. So we call it start one, bench one, sell one. I'm telling you, I'm going to start with you, Robbie. Robbie, who are you starting? Who are you benching? Among these great legends, great players, Thierry Henry, Ronaldinho, Lionel Messi.
Well, I would say this is arguably one of the most difficult debates. But I think I'll start with Ronaldinho. I will bench Messi and I'll sell Henry in a heartbeat.
Massive. All right, back the La Liga man. We are talking about FC Barcelona legend. This legend.
This will be a tough one for me.
I just couldn't believe my ears from what Robbie just said. But before I answer the question, I have the question. And the question is, are we meaning the way they are now or when they were at their peak?
At their peak.
At their peak. Okay, good. At their peak, the obvious answer to start one will be Lionel Messi, because this is arguably the greatest player that have played the game. Arguably. Now, if I have to bench one, I'll bench Ronaldinho. If I have to sell one, it's going to be Henry, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. You see, Henry, to be fair to him, Igwe, I doff my hat, I respect him. But pairing him with this other two is the least skillful of these three. That's the way I say it, the least skillful. And in terms of goals returns, yes, he edges Ronaldinho, but not Messi. But because it is now Barcelona, the Barcelona factor, I'm going to start Ronaldinho because the Ronaldinho-Messi combination is a more skillful, more entertaining combination, which is how Barcelona like to play. We don't just want to win, we want the fans to enjoy the game. So for the thrills and the frills and the goals, I'll bench Ronaldinho, I'll start Messi, and of course I'll sell Henry.
Henry at Bodija Market. I tell you, it is what it is. Iris, what's your judgment on this one? Start one, bench one, sell one.
Yeah, this is a very tough one. All three are legends of the game, and you know me, I'm very big with production. I'm very big with what's the return for what we are paying you. There's too much going into the game for you to not give back, for you to not give the fans what they pay for you to not give me return on my investment. So, in that case, I'll be starting Messi, obviously. I mean, like Mark said, one of the greatest, or probably the greatest, arguably the greatest, to me, the greatest that has ever played the game. Lionel Messi, definitely. Henry and Ronaldinho, I will be benching Henry and I'll be selling Ronaldinho. Because Henry, over his career, everywhere he has been to, this man has always produced. Even in MLS, he produced. So, and of course, longevity at the top of the game. Henry was always there. And we all know his record at Arsenal as well. So, for me, I'll be benching Henry and I'll be selling Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinho. Yes. All right. Okay. Let me bring you in on this one.
Okay, so I think this is going to be the first quick debate where my answer is going to be biased, and I'm going to do it shamelessly with my foot, right? So I would. Don't
do it.
No. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. But I'll put a bit of logic into it. Right? Both Henry and Ronaldinho play on the left side, right? Messi is the only right winger. And so for me, I'll just say that Messi is the odd one out as far as I'm concerned. But then I know Messi's market value is absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to sell Messi to another team that's going to give him the number 10 jersey. That's going to put the legacy around him. I'm going to get good money. I'm going to get good money from selling Messi. It's that simple.
Yeah.
What I'm going to sell Messi for is going to take care of my club for a good number of years. So I'm going to sell Messi. I'm going to start Thierry Henry, and I'll bench Ronaldinho.
Let me show the
How
face.
can you sell it?
I said it with my full chest. I'm going to sell Messi for good money. I'm going to sell.
Somebody commented and said, "Okwe modern football."
Oh yes. You go ahead.
All right.
Okwe sold Messi. Write it down. He did Okwe sold Messi. You sold Messi.
Yay.
With my full chest. Sell Messi, please. Sell
All
Messi.
right, Prof, over to you. Let's quickly do this. Talk to me,
Well,
Prof.
for me, it's a very, very easy debate. I mean, there are two Ballon d'Or winners here, if I'm not mistaken. And one did not, unfortunately, did not get to do. Messi, easy choice to start all day. I actually watched it Ronaldo. I really remember, growing up when he was playing and at speed, I was over the moon with this guy. So there's no way in the world I'm not having him in my team. So I'll bench Ronaldinho to come and give me some flair, some beautiful dribbles and things that will get the fans off their seats. Henry, unfortunately, a great player, but I can't have him. I'll sell him.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Sell Thierry Henry. Well, we are not disrespecting these people. They've come a long way, man. Give us smile on this great football. I'm talking about the round leather game. Great legend, Thierry Henry, Ronaldinho, and Lionel Messi. Messi still doing it. Yes. All right, moving on to the paper talk today. Arsenal boss Arteta cleared of misconduct charge and also will early exit of cost England a Champions League spot. That's another question right there. And the game on Sunday, why this is a wonderful time for Liverpool to play Manchester United. All this, I'm going to separate those people that will deal with these topics separately. Arsenal boss Arteta cleared of misconduct charge. Is that a good one, Irate, for you, Irate?
Honestly, I mean, I understand the fact that during the heat of the moment, you can say things that you probably think you shouldn't have said later. And once you have microphones being put in front of you right after a game when tensions boil over, you tend to say things that, you might say, oh, probably I should have handled this in a better way, in a better situation. But I feel like, yes, Arteta has every right to be aggrieved about that game, especially knowing the fact that, he didn't know, about the angles and every other thing that we get to see on TV. So he probably should not have been charged because honestly, we saw it in Haaland use a terrible comment or bad offensive language in one of the previous games and wasn't charged as well. But I think they tried to even things up by not making him pay for that statement, by not punishing him or fining him. So I think they just tried to even things up there because it was a controversial game, and at the heat of the moment, he said he made those words. But what I find not really nice or not good to the hairs is the fact that they are trying to make disgrace sound like something else. Disgrace is disgrace. I don't understand this disgracia or whatever it is. Arteta speaks good English. He has been in England for decades, so there's no way Arteta is mixing up disgrace and disgracia. So whatever it is, the reason that they are trying to drop that case against him does not make any sense. It's good that they dropped it against him, but the reason does not, like I said, does not make any sense to me. So and I don't know, this has been a repeat of what we have been seeing over this season when they come up with these decisions, these panels, and whoever is in charge of these clowny decisions. They sometimes they come up with the right decisions, sometimes the wrong ones, but let the reasons make sense. The reasons just don't make sense to me. Like we've seen even VAR controversy and all of the decisions that they've tried to reinvestigate this season. So I think that is where they need to do better. But should the charges have been dropped against Arteta? Yes, I think I'm 100% for that. So a good and correct decision in my own call.
All right, two teams.
But let me quickly say something to Don.
All right, go ahead.
I was yes, the charge should have been dropped against him, but I was very disappointed at Ateta. He couldn't even stand there and back his word, and he was using the term disgrace and disgracia to get off the rope. He should stand in their front and said what he said. He mean what he said. Disgrace to him is what he knows. Just like you said, he knows the English meaning. He knows what he wanted to say. So his players were playing pranks and this. And the main reason why they let him go was because he didn't direct the accusation to one person. He was accusing the whole process, not to one person. So because of that, they couldn't hold him responsible for anything.
All right. Looking at the two teams are already out of the Champions League. You know those two teams. I don't need to.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So let's move on. The early
apologies. Just for the sake of our viewers, can someone please just mention the names of the two teams?
Everybody knows that the news has been going.
We know this.
I don't know.
I never heard the news. Which channel is the news on?
We need to.
Manchester United and Newcastle.
Manchester and Newcastle.
Okay, maybe we can make it a rule that when you get eliminated from the Champions League, then we'll be mentioning names. After February, we'll start mentioning names.
Wow. It was a disgrace outing right there. Those two teams. I think it will early exit of those two teams cost England a Champions League spot. What do you think, Prof? What do you think? It's going to cost.
I mean, for me, I don't know how the coefficient works. I think it's a new. I don't know how it works at this moment in time. How it's going to affect us, but it's not looking good. It's an absolutely disgraceful performance by Man United throughout. And I was hoping, well, personally, for the sake of Chelsea, I was hoping that United will do also. If Chelsea can make it to fifth, maybe we'll have a chance. But it's not looking for my team now, so I could care less about the fifth position, the Champions League position. To be honest, that would be for maybe teams like Aston Villa or Newcastle to want to play in God. So personally, I don't care. I just know that we have such an opportunity. Putting 5 English teams out there. I mean,
your team will be there. So
it's such a shame that United didn't do us any favors to have 5 English teams there, but we still don't know how it's going to pan out yet. We don't know how the coefficient works. Me personally.
All right, Kunle's even selling us. Kunle, big up. Shout out to you right there. It says it's good Manchester United are out of the Champions League. The Europa League is not the place to be. All right, let's move on. I'll still come back to this question. Is it a comment right there in the paper talk for today, which is why this is a wonderful time for Liverpool to play Man United. I mean, this is a situation whereby I don't know. This is really the first time I'm not going into this game confidently. Like, it's just like Liverpool is going to win.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's obviously based on recent form. Let's stick to recent form first of all. Recent form does not favor United. Liverpool seem to be in better form, even though Liverpool is not in the best shape of their lives. And last season, when United went into the game confidently, the result was woeful.
we all remember that.
So the result was woeful. So now that they're going into the game low on confidence, you don't expect anything left. I'm sorry, I cannot say anything composed about this matter.
We'll see. Come back.
I think United might do something. In football, you never can tell in football.
Yeah.
I know Robbie is making faces, but doesn't. I'm telling you.
United can do what? What precisely are they going to do? They don't have a goalkeeper. They don't have a defense. They don't even have someone who can put the ball into the back of the net. The striker they signed have been keeping clean sheet like a goalkeeper. And you say they are going to play against Liverpool and do something. Well, you know what? If United win that game on Sunday, I will take you out. Any day I see you, either in Ibadan or Lagos, I will take you out.
No.
Oh my goodness.
Come back to United. You
don't want to come back to being a Man U fan.
Yeah, come back to your club.
There's nothing to come back to in this match. I don't think we should analyze this match. This is a whitewash.
Whitewash.
No,
The game don't finish in the first half. I'm telling you.
no, I don't think
You can't keep up with the pace, with the form, with everything Liverpool is going to give in the next 20 minutes. They won't be able to keep up.
See,
I tell you.
let's get something. This game will not. I don't see it being the same 7-0 in that region.
But it's going to get to 4.
It might not.
Oh.
Actually, the thing is, like Papa said, Man United came out last season with so much confidence, with Martinez and Varane very strong at the back and Casemiro in front of them. So this season, Man United don't have anything to lose in the sense that they are already down. Man United are already down and they're coming into the game low on confidence. And I think Ten Hag will just pack the bus, which might suit Man United. Because it's actually
Liverpool has no
Wait, boss.
Which boss?
Where is the discipline? Where is the discipline to keep that boss packed in whatever position he wants it packed?
It's not a good idea to go toe-to-toe with Liverpool at Anfield. That's why I said packing the bus is the best option and then trying to hit on the counter-attack.
So the question is, who are you packing bus with? Garnacho and Tony?
Exactly.
Thank you.
The Mourinho coming with back four and two wing back. That's different.
He has
Varane. He has Evans.
Varane and Johnny Evans.
Varane that Maguire was benching.
But
let's
know that Maguire will not play, right?
Maguire is not playing.
Maguire is
Man United.
Maguire is out.
He has been Man United's best defender in the last couple of
He has
games.
been Man United best player.
Best player, yes. So
and there's no Bruno Fernandes because he's suspended for that game. So how will the team cope?
I just don't know.
Like I said, let's remember last season when Liverpool were coming to Old Trafford and Man United lost 3 games in a row, the first 3 games of the season. And Man United eventually won that game 2-1. And Klopp said the same thing in his press conference today, that it's when all of this noise about United is really ongoing, it's probably not a good time to play Man United because
that's Lamba. That's Lamba from.
Okay, yes, it's Lamba. Yes, it's Lamba.
This is a different scenario. It is more or less like as if it's just like as if Liverpool is playing against a shadow on Sunday.
Liverpool might win, but we need to be wary of teams packing the bus, and I'm saying this. We've played a lot of teams this season that packed the bus.
United is not that kind of team that packs the bus. There is no discipline in that defense. Look at the goals they considered against Bournemouth. Some of those goals were ridiculous. Now, put that into context against a Liverpool team that has space, that has players who are more skillful, that have players who are more experienced. You have a Darwin Núñez that is a threat, in as much as he can even still lose. He can more or less miss an open goal with his 2 eyes open or his 2 eyes closed, but it still does not take away the threat he carries. Look at Mo Salah. He didn't play at all yesterday, so he is rested for this game. Look at Cody Gakpo. This is somebody who has a lot of pace to burn. And look at the kind of midfield that Liverpool will bring. Let us not forget here that this is one rivalry that has been on even before we were born. And there is no team in England today that Liverpool will not want to beat the living daylight out of other than Manchester United. So this is more or less the opportunity to rub further salt and pepper and curry and whatever it is into the wound of the Red Devils as it is. So for Liverpool, personally, I feel that they will not pass that opportunity. They will not pass it away. Not just for 3 points, but also to establish their dominance that not today, not tomorrow, not in the next 3, 4, 5 years will this United team get the better of Liverpool. So for me, whichever way you call it, I really don't see United considering anything less than 3 goals on Sunday. That is Liverpool even doing United a favor. But but with how things are, I think it will be more than that.
All right, fixtures game 17 on the screen right there. The match.
John, I would advise you not to watch that game so that you'll be available for Monday.
All right, there's a game going to start in any moment in an hour's time, I guess. On on Friday. That's a Friday night game. Nottingham Forest will welcome Spurs. And on Saturday, the first game, we have some couple of games as well too. Bournemouth versus Luton. Chelsea, we'll talk about it with Sheffield United. And Man City will be welcoming Crystal Palace. Newcastle also will be welcoming Fulham. And Burnley, the last game will be Burnley versus Everton. On Sunday, Arsenal versus Brighton, which we're going to look into as well too. We've talked about also Brentford will be welcoming Aston Villa, West Ham welcoming Wolves, and Man U will be going all the way to Anfield, which we already be discussing. But let's start with Chelsea versus Sheffield. And Prof, going into this game, this should be a 3 point. You'll be playing at home, no doubt about it.
Yeah, on paper, 3 points. Paper it should be 3 points. You say that.
Oh, on paper.
Yeah, this is a new Sheffield United side that has the former manager Chris Wilder back. You talk about the new manager bounce. I think he won the last game. Forgotten who they played for this round. They won the game, so they have a new manager bounce there. We know how he plays. He has won at Stamford before. He came in Boston. He busted onto the scene when he brought them. This underlying centre backs that he used with Egan and Co. At that time, first season when he brought Sheffield United to the Premier League, and he won us 3-0. So it's not beyond him or beyond this Sheffield United team to come. They will come with a very low block and they want to hit us on the break. This is how they play with Chris Wilder. And so Chelsea, who are in a very poor form, sorry times at Stamford Bridge there. They don't know how to break teams down. Can you hear me?
But yeah, I can hear you. Do you hear about Kuku? He said he's back to the training pitch. Yeah, Kuku.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. So yes, it's going to be a very difficult game. We expect Christopher Nkunku to be on the bench at least because he's been training. And Rhys James is out. Cucurella is out again with injuries. The goalkeeper Robert Sanchez is also out. So they expect the first start for Petrovic, second goalkeeper. At this moment that we don't have right backs. Gusto is just returning from injury. So it's going to be a very difficult game. But I think Chelsea should be able to win this one. I think it becomes a time when if you don't win this sort of football games, you have to start looking at the manager. I think if Chelsea do not win this game, then you have to start having a look at the manager, and his job and what exactly is he doing in this team if they can't get past the Sheffield United side.
All right, let's move on quickly to Arsenal versus Brighton. This one, Brighton, is another game you want to believe Arsenal should be able to make a 3 point, or do you think otherwise? And also, what about the injuries? Do you have any players from Arsenal going into this game?
Yeah, first of all, let me start with injury news. Big boost to the team. Thomas Partey might be on the bench. A picture of him being welcomed back into the team surfaced yesterday. So to me, that's a huge boost, considering the way Arsenal have struggled to, should I say, break defensive lines in the last couple of games, especially against specific type of opponents that play a specific brand of football. So having someone like Thomas Partey is a huge boost. You can have Declan Rice, you can then give him more license to go forward and to do more things. But, knowing Mikel Arteta, he always has different plans. If you watch the Champions League game, you would see that in the second half against PSV, Declan Rice came on from the bench and played as a centre-back. So, he's preparing for January as well because Thomas Partey is expected to go to the AFCON with Ghana. So there might be different things going around the next couple of games to come. But good thing Partey is back. Smith Rowe as well made an appearance from the bench. He played 4 minutes against PSV, so that's another good boost for the team. Now, I'm going into the game. Just like Bishop said, Brighton is always a very difficult fixture for Arsenal. And the last 3 fixtures for Arsenal against Brighton at the Emirates Stadium have always been in a loss for Arsenal. And, whenever I talk about Arsenal and Brighton, this scene of Bissouma laughing at Bellerin and Co. when we missed out on Champions League football, that's the scene that comes to my mind. So Arsenal have a lot to prove against Brighton. The last couple of fixtures has been 3-0, 2-0, 2-1. So this is a perfect time in the season to try and get something off them. And with the run of fixtures coming along, Arsenal needs to get wins so that they can get more confidence and also do much better in the games to come. Talking about Brighton, look, they are in good form. They are in high spirits. They just qualified for the round of 16 in the Europa League thanks to João Pedro with a late goal in the 88th minute. You know, one thing I like about Roberto De Zerbi is that after he joined Brighton, he maintained the culture of the club that Graham Potter had already established. And for me, which is, it doesn't matter who you are, whenever you play for Brighton, you will maintain the same quality of football for them. I mean, so far this season, there has been no Junior Eniscu, but then we've seen the rise of Ruben Adingra. You know, he's a young, talented forward, and he's doing very well for them. And then they have other standout players who have been solid rocks for them. Even their captain, Lewis Dunk, has been missing for a couple of games, but Van Heck has come into the team and he has played well. The likes of Pascal Gross seems to be playing the best football of his life. He has been called up to the German national team. Mitoma is back from injury. Evan Ferguson has been eased back into the team. So Brighton have a lot to look forward to, and Brighton has a lot of threats. It's going to be one of the most interesting games this weekend, definitely. But I hope that Arsenal are able to get a victory from the game. I cannot predict what the scoreline is going to be, but as an Arsenal fan, I do want Arsenal to win. But it's a game that is going to be pretty much open, and anybody can take the win.
Yeah. All right. Also, let's quickly talk about. I want Bishop. Can you? Manchester United will be going to Anfield. You already made mention that we should. I mean, it's going to be a whitewash. Forget about it. Do you think is anything you think Man you can do to make a draw or win? Even if Ide said they are going to win,
there's nothing they can do.
Yeah.
This is what the team is now. At this present time, it's too late. This is not when we are not saying next month or anything. They have this match in 2 days' time. There's nothing they can do. Everything is stacked against them. The players cannot play. Yes, I believe parking the bus, hitting Liverpool on the counter is the best way. But guess what? Parking the bus with who? Do you want to play Wan-Bissaka and Dalot? Then Sean and Regulion on that cement. 4 players out. Then we're bringing 2 again in the middle. So you're playing 6 defensive players. It's not possible. So what do you want to do? These guys will rush you. The way Liverpool plays, they rush you in the first 20 minutes. If you can withstand that 20 minutes, you have a chance to go out with a draw. But now, Man, you cannot withstand the 20 minutes. That is what I'm saying. In that 20 minutes, giving you one, and they relax. They start passing you around. Liverpool is not in top form. Liverpool has not hit that yet they want to hit, but Man U is not close to them at all. I don't think there's anything Man U can do. It's unfortunate at this time. I think the lowest thing they can concede is 4. Someone said 3 a while, but I think they will concede 4, and they will not score anyone. Bruno
is not playing.
Bruno would have done something to calm the game down with his antics, with his experience, but he's missing. So who is coming in for him? McTominay?
Yeah.
There's nobody coming in for him. So
I think it might be time to give Van der Beek a chance. Van der Beek something for United.
Van der Beek has not kicked the ball for how long?
Van der Beek Van der Chicken.
Oh my goodness.
Almost a year.
All right. I rate your starting 11. Which player do you want to see in this game from Liverpool? Your starting 11, aside from the goalkeeper.
Goalkeeper definitely Alisson is back, and for me, one of the best in the world. Just his presence between the sticks gives the team a lot of confidence to go forward to do their thing. So Alisson definitely. Alexander-Arnold at right back. We know he's going to drift into midfield as usual. As Klopp has given him that freedom to roam and pick up passes. Van Dijk and Konate. Konate started yesterday to my biggest surprise. I thought Gomez would have started, but I think Klopp just wanted Konate to get some game time because in recent games, Matip has been starting ahead of him. So Konate and Van Dijk and Tsimikas at left back. Robertson is still out, and I don't think there's really a time frame right now to when he'll be back. In midfield, we'll have Endo. McAllister will be a big miss because we also don't know when he'll be back. No time frame for now. and we still have Thiago and Bajcetic out as well. So the only option we have right there is Endo, and that's a big problem for January. I really hope we are trying to get a DMF because Endo will be going to the Asian Cup in January as well,
Wow.
leaving us with no DMFs
No DM.
at all.
Yeah.
Then Soboslai would also start with him in midfield, and I think Klopp, Avi Elliott he has always tried to change the game every time he has been introduced from the bench. So I think Klopp might be tempted to start him, but I think he'll want to go for Gravenberch. Gravenberch is a good player. I like him. He's young, he's skillful, but when he doesn't get the space to run with the ball, it kind of seems like he's not playing well. So I think he needs to do more in terms of actually dictating play, getting on the ball, and trying to spray passes rather than always trying to drive with the ball. Up front, Luis Diaz. I think Diaz has been out of form for a couple of games now. He has not been scoring goals. We need him up and firing to get back to goal scoring form. And Salah, I mean, enough said about this man. 200 goals. And the one thing about Salah nowadays is you might think he's actually not even in the game, and he just pops up with a goal from nowhere. So
From nowhere.
that goal threat is always there, and I think it will be difficult to replace by the time he leaves. We don't know when, but it will be a difficult one to replace. And up front, I saw Klopp starting Gakpo yesterday and then bringing in Nunes to play alongside Gakpo. For this kind of game, I would think that he wants to start Gakpo because Gakpo would want to dictate, drop deep and dictate play alongside Salah and Luis Diaz. But Gakpo has really not, for me, shown that he should be starting in that center forward position. And I think Nunes, like Robbie said, is a constant threat. Even when he can miss 1,000 one-on-ones, he will always get to those scoring positions and will always charge the defense. He won't give the defense a minute of rest. So I hope Evans, 35-year-old Evans and 31-year-old Varane are ready for Darwin Nunes on Sunday. So for me, this is the starting lineup I expect to see on that game.
All right, let's move on to the Champions League. These are the teams that already made it to the next round. And so sorry that Manchester United could not make it. And Newcastle, the reaction of this game, I'm going to start with you. Okwe, Arsenal made it to the... what do you think? What's your reaction to the round of 16? These are the names of the teams. And is there any time I don't think we can talk about much about this because Manchester United is not there. And
I think the question to ask Okwe is which team would you love to see Arsenal face? Because for me, I would love to see Arsenal face Inter Milan. I think that would be a great game.
Of course you would. But I'll answer that question. But I think first of all, I'll start with the surprising names in the round of 16. I think first of all, I have to give kudos to Real Sociedad. Their first time in the competition in over 20 years. Getting to the round of 16 is something major. Same thing with Lazio. Getting to the round of 16 is a big deal. And obviously, FC Copenhagen, they've been regulars in the Champions League for years.
Yes.
But coming out of the group stage, getting to the round of 16 is a big deal as well. So these are the surprise teams that got into the round of 16 for me. All in all, I think it's been a brilliant group stage. We had so many interesting games. Definitely, the most interesting group was the one where we had PSG, Borussia Dortmund, Newcastle, and AC Milan. And you know what? I think the way the table ended was quite surprising, especially for me. I did not expect Dortmund to have such a good record in the group and finish top of the table. And on the final day, it was basically a three-horse race to see who's going to finish second and third. So I think that was definitely the most interesting group. Talking about Arsenal, their first time back in the competition in 7 years. I think they did well, in my own opinion. Considering the teams that were there on paper, I think Sevilla was probably the only team that maybe didn't give Arsenal so much of a worry. I mean, Arsenal did lose to Lens away, but that was a tactical masterclass by the Lens coach and, utilizing his best players very well. But at the end of the day, I think Arsenal gave the right reaction. A lot of fans were hoping that Arteta would give the academy children a run in Champions League in the last game against PSV. But obviously, with the result being 1-1, you can see how serious of a team PSV is and how much they wanted to leave the Champions League with a win over Arsenal, like they did in the Europa League last year. Personally, for me, definitely my preference would be for Arsenal not to face a team that is not so should I say, great on paper. Inter Milan has to be the biggest threat in terms of the teams that Arsenal could possibly face. However, the truth is that when it comes to the knockout stages of the UEFA Champions League, it's very hard for you to predict games because everything that is there worked hard to be there, and they want to see how far they can get. We've seen that over the years with the likes of Ajax, Tottenham Hotspur. The list is endless. So, in my own opinion, when it comes to the knockout stages of the Champions League, do not rule any team out. It is all about who wants it the most and who is determined and focused to get to the final. So it's been a brilliant Champions League group stage so far, and I'm looking forward to the knockout stages.
All right, Robbie, I'm going to switch a little bit. Robbie, what's going on at MPFL? What should we expecting this weekend?
Well, for the MPFL, it's actually getting very interesting here. Last week, I was in Ikene to see Remo Stars against Kwara United, and the game ended in favor of Remo Stars, who won 2-0. The second goal was scored by a certain player who was initially on the books of Kwara United. That was last season. But right now, as it is getting interesting because on the league table, you have one team that is more or less like the Girona of Nigeria right now, and that is Doma United. That team just won promotion. That was last season, and this season, out of 13 games played, the goalkeeper has kept about 10 clean sheets in 13 games.
Wow!
He has kept 10 clean sheets, and their form at home has been very, very impressive. In fact, most of the points that they have gathered has been at home. And anytime they have come to the southwest, right here in Nigeria, the only team they have lost to is the Shooting Stars of Ibadan. Every other southwestern team they have played against, even including Remo Stars, they have been able to pick up valuable points against them. So that is more or less one team that is the toast of the whole country as it is, or the toast of the division going into this match day 14 right here this weekend. So we have a game tomorrow. We have 9 games on Sunday. And I think whatever the results will be, is going to cast a lot of changes on the table, looking at how things are beginning to heat up right here on the local scene. So match day 14 this weekend. And of course, in the next 2 weeks, we're going to have about 2 more games to be played. The next year, we'll finish up the rest of the league. So it's getting very interesting. And of course, we're seeing wonderful, wonderful games right here in the country.
All right. That's about MPFL. We are switching over to La Liga. The La Liga man. What do we expect this weekend? In fact, I want you to talk about Barcelona. They are losing. I think there was a time you sent me a text that any moment from now, Xavi could be sacked. So
Yeah.
Tell us something about
the reality of the situation is that the Champions League was concluded. And before I talk about Barcelona, let me quickly talk about Real Madrid. So Real Madrid, their form has been all fine and dandy. The only team that seems to be giving them any run for their money now is Girona. And I remember that they are the only team that has beaten Girona 3-0 when they met. And that is the only loss for Girona in 16 matches. But in the Champions League, it was fine and dandy. They've done well. They finished the group as leaders. And I think they had 18 points, full points from all the 6 games. And so this weekend, they'll be playing tomorrow in the late kickoff against Villarreal. They are at home, and you will expect that with the form that Villarreal have this season, Real Madrid will win that game. Now, Barcelona. Barcelona is the complete opposite of what is happening to Real Madrid. The season, as from a Barcelona standpoint, is in shambles. The team are in 4th place. They've only scored 30 goals. All the teams ahead of them, Girona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, have all scored more goals than Barcelona in the league, which is unheard of, and it's hated by the fans. So some fans are calling for the sacking of Xavi. Some directors are also calling for the sacking of Xavi. And it's escalated to the situation whereby what Xavi says is being refuted by Deco, who is the sporting director. You know, Deco said something recently, I think yesterday, that Xavi made a comment that the team he picked against Antwerp was agreed upon by Laporta and him. And it was like, no, that was not what happened. The selection belongs to the manager. He was the one that made his own selection. So that argument and counter-argument it's not good for the image of the club. And of course, we know that the Negreira Bacagate case is there. And then the financial issues are there. Money is not coming from the economic levers. So we are the Manchester United of Spain now. Everything is in shambles. Everything that we play can be sure that whether they are second tier or fourth tier, they can beat us. I think on Friday, the draw for the Copa del Rey was made. And Barcelona is playing one team from the lower division. If they don't take that seriously, they are going to lose the game. So Barcelona will play on Sunday, on Sunday, late kickoff. No, I think Barcelona is playing tomorrow, late kickoff against Valencia, and they are away. Normally, this game will not have been a cause for alarm because Valencia they've not had a good season themselves. I think they are 11th on the table. But because Barcelona is in disarray, everybody is losing their heads. The coach is not happy. Xavi cannot sleep. Lewandowski is not informed. Lamine Yamal, he recorded the youngest. He had that record of the youngest player to make an assist in the Champions League. But because of the loss, that shine was taken off him, and he's just 16 years old. Ferran Torres is attacking the press, saying that the press wants to destroy them with their writing. So everything is in shambles, and the only thing that people are now calling for is that Rafael Marquez, the five World Cup veteran, who is the Barcelona B coach, should come in and take over from Xavi. And he's, I think, a year older than Xavi. And people are turning to him now as the Messiah. But what will be if he comes in and it doesn't work? What happens? Who do you call upon? Because this problem has been there since the days of Ronald Koeman. And even before that, I remember that towards the end of the reign of Jordi Roura, there was problems. So it's going to take a long time to resolve this. But what they can just do is to try and salvage the season. January will come, Victor Roque will come from Brazil. That's what they are working on. And they want a winger. I don't know if you've heard about it. I heard about a Sancho Rafinha swap with United. Yeah. And then they are finally talking to Frankie de Jong to try and jump the ship too, because they want to give him money. They are talking to Lewandowski to go to Saudi Arabia so that they can get some 50 million. So everything is disarray. But we'll wait to see what they do.
All right.
Just a comment on everything Mark has said, but majorly regarding Barcelona. I think everybody is blaming, or rather, they are pointing blames everywhere except the players. There are a couple of players in that squad that can be scapegoated. First of all, for me, has to be Jules Koundé. So far, so good this season. Jules Koundé has been, he has been shit. There's no better word for it. That's just the truth. He has caused a good number of goals for the team. Lewandowski as well, for his level of experience. Yes, the team might not be playing in a way that suits his style, but you expect with someone with those number of years of experience to always find a way to get goals in that team. He has come out also to the press to say Xavi does not play football in a way that suits him. I don't think for someone of his experience and age should be coming to the press and be saying that. The same thing with Rafinha as well. There's a major reason why Lamine Yamal is getting more game time than Rafinha. So everybody is pointing blames to different aspects of football and Barcelona as an institute, except the players. And I think the players need to take responsibility if things are even going to change positively going forward.
Well, yes.
I have a quick question for Mark.
All right.
Because this was a team that won La Liga last season with recording the best defense. Considered the least goal, I think 20 goals, right? And
18 goals.
18 goals. And the Koundé Okpe just mentioned was part of that defense that considered that least number of goals. So what has changed from last season
thank you so much
to now? And the same Xavi that was heralded last season is now under pressure. And how do we know that when Marquez also gets into the hot seat, he won't also be under the same pressure that Xavi is in right now?
Okay, so let me start from the last question you asked. Nobody can tell for sure what will happen if Marquez takes over. Because even though he has been a veteran of 5 World Cups and he's doing well with the B team, this is a different proposition entirely. He cannot expect to be like Guardiola, who came in from the B team and took over, and then he started doing well. When I think it was Rijkaard that was there that time. So this time is different. And then Barcelona, has essentially moved away from that tiki-taka style of football that they've perfected so well. They brought in Lewandowski, they brought in Joao Felix, they brought in Cancelo, they brought in Gundogan. All those players are players they are skillful and they are experienced, but they are from a different school of football. So the only way you can play tiki-taka, if you really want to play it, is if you have players from the academy who are solidified in that playing system. And again, even if you play the tiki-taka, teams have mapped out that it is not working anymore. So it is either you take on something entirely different or you remodel that, you fine-tune it. Like, for instance, when I watch Barcelona games, they always want to tap to the box and score. Other teams in Europe, they try shots from long distance. Look at the 1-1 draw that Real Betis played with Madrid. If anyone saw that, Betis scored their goal from Aitor Ruibal. That was an audacious effort. You will not see Barcelona players do that. You always want to tap 1-2. It doesn't work like that every day. You must have a plan B. You cannot be doing the same thing and same thing. Teams will work you out because football has progressed. And then to talk about Jules Koundé, the problem with Jules Koundé is that essentially they brought him to be a central defense man. So he's at the center of the rear guard with his partner, who is either Christensen or Inigo Martinez. But because the person who was playing 2 then was not a reliable person, they brought him in to play 2. So Xavi actually liked him at the right full-back position than the central position. He came out to say, no, he doesn't want to do that. He wants to play in central position. Anytime he plays in central position, he fumbles. But when he plays at right back, which is not where he wants to play, he seems to do well. So that area has to, then, since Dani Alves has left, nobody has replaced, nobody has been able to replace him.
That's the reason Cancelo was brought in, right?
Yes, and Cancelo has done a good job with it now, but in the last few games, he has had some off days. Like there was a game he played recently, was it against Genoa, that he was practically not into it. And Joao Felix is now in topsy-turvy form. Sometimes he play well, sometimes he's totally off. So the problem, for me, if you ask me to round it off, this problem is happening when you have a one-man team, when you have a player who is otherworldly, who is doing everything for you. Like on a bad day, your cracks are covered and you win the game even after not playing well. You must have a team that is well-rounded, that if goals don't come from this side, they will come from the other side. So now that Messi has gone, everybody is collapsing. Even the league title they won, Barcelona was extremely lucky because our defense has never been good. Those 18 goals they conceded, it was because a lot of things that we played actually hit the bar a lot of times. So we were let off the hook. It was like we had a second goalkeeper. So it wasn't that those players were the defenders were exceptionally good. So to stop talking so that we can move on, I think that this issue will take some time to resolve. It cannot be resolved in this season.
All right, because of our time, we want to wrap up the show right now. Before I can sign you out, I'm going to ask your score prediction. I'll use that to sign you out right there. The score prediction between Liverpool versus Manchester United. I'm going to start with you, Irate, because you are the first person that came.
Last to go out.
Yeah, the first to go out. Because all right, talk to me. What's your score prediction at that game?
I think it will be I'll say a humble 3-0. Just a humble one. It's not too bad. Not too bad.
3-0. All right. Thank you so much, Irate, on this one. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Have a nice weekend. And Prof, your score prediction on that game.
Yeah,
Manchester United.
I think perhaps, like I alluded to earlier, I think Man United will put up the fight. So I see a slim win by Liverpool.
Wow, massive one, big up. All right, Prof, thanks so much for joining us. Are you watching the game? Yeah, you'll be watching the game on Sunday. All right. Robbie, what's your score prediction on this one?
Okay. Let me be modest here. Liverpool to beat United 2-1.
Oh, wow. Massive. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Over to you, Mark. Barcelona. Let me ask. Barcelona is playing this weekend, right?
Yeah, Valencia. We are playing Valencia.
What's your score prediction on that one? That's good. Valencia.
Before I give my score prediction, let me give a score prediction for the Man U Liverpool game.
Oh, go ahead.
Surprisingly, I think that despite the fact that they are having a terrible run, Manchester United would want to salvage something from this game because it is Liverpool. They're like the historical, eternal rivals for them in England. And I think I see a 1-1 draw. That's what the 1-1 draw. And for the Valencia,
yeah,
I actually think that Barcelona will lose the game. Yeah, and that could be the nail in the final straw that will break Xavi's back. I see them losing by a 1-goal margin, either 1-0 or 2-1. Remember, I said the same for Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And some people were wondering, how can you say that? It's El Clasico, because I know the team in and out. I've seen them play. I can close my eyes and predict something, and it will come true. But that doesn't mean I'm right all the time. But I see a 1-goal margin loss for Barcelona.
All right. Thank you so much, Mark, the La Liga man. Thank you so much. All right. Prof is gone. Okay, I have Bishop here. Bishop, your score prediction on this one. Liverpool versus
prediction. So one for Arsenal, one for Man.
Please go ahead.
I see Arsenal breaking the jinx this time. And I think that it's going to be like 2-1. It's very stable. Like, don't want a repeat of that. So I'm seeing them winning 2-1 or 3-1. For Man U, the scoreline is fixed already. I think it's going to be like 4-0. I don't see them scoring. So I think
my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. Thank you so much, Bishop. One love, bro. Appreciate joining us. All right. Me and you. Okay. Yes. What's your score prediction? I'm going to start with this. Let's quickly run this. Let's run this. Nottingham Forest is about to play Spurs. What's your score prediction on that one?
I expect Spurs to get a victory. But playing Nottingham Forest at home is not easy.
Yeah.
But I expect Spurs to win with a 1-goal margin.
All right. Moving on to Saturday. Bournemouth versus Luton.
Bournemouth-Luton. This is going to be a difficult game. I predict 2-2.
Oh, a draw?
Yes, 2-2.
All right. What about Sheffield United? I see draw in my own case. I don't know why I'm saying draw. Chelsea versus.
For some reason, I feel Chelsea would lose. I don't know why. For some reason, I feel Chelsea would lose. So 1-goal margin to Sheffield United.
All right. So moving on to Man City versus Crystal Palace. What's the score prediction on that one?
3-1 to Manchester City.
Wow. All right. Moving on to Newcastle. Welcoming Fulham. What's your score prediction? Would that be?
Game. No one saw Fulham beating West Ham 5-0.
5-0, yeah.
So, Fulham are coming with confidence and with serious firepower. Newcastle played a midweek game, so, they are not 110%. Kieran Trippier is missing. No Nick Pope. Wow. 1-0 win to Newcastle.
1-0. All right. Moving on to Burnley. Welcoming Everton. What's your prediction?
Burnley 1, Everton 3.
All right. What about Arsenal versus Brighton?
I'm not going to give you an objective answer because I'm an Arsenal fan, but I want to win, so I'll give Arsenal 3, Brighton 2.
Wow. All right. Moving on to Brentford, Aston Villa. What's your score prediction?
Brentford, Aston Villa.
Yeah.
The problem with Brentford now is that they're going to be lacking firepower up top. Brandon Buemo is out till next year. He's even going to be AFCON for Cameroon. Big miss for Cameroon. Ivan Toney is not back here. So they've only got Wissa. And Wissa will score 1 goal out of 5. So I'm going to give a win to Aston Villa. 3-0 win to Aston Villa.
All right. What about West Ham versus Wolves?
West Ham I'll give a win to West. 3-1 win to West Ham over Wolverhampton Wanderers.
All right, the last one, Liverpool versus Manchester United.
Liverpool 9, Manchester United 0.
All right, let's wrap up. Bye for now. Okwe Adebari, thanks for joining us on 9-0. All right, thank you so much for joining us. All right, to all our viewers, please smash the like on the video. This is how far we can go tonight. On Sunday is going to be live. I should be able to do the watch along match between Liverpool versus Manchester United. It's going to be a cracking game. I can't wait to see it. All right, this is how far we can go tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Please share this video, subscribe, and also smash the like on the video. Bye for now.